Hey Gab, Facebook, YouTube, it is Kevin Newsom weighing in on the aftermath of the Las Vegas terror attacks. You know, we've seen so many pundits and celebrities weighing in on what they think should happen next in America. Unfortunately, we haven't heard enough of the law-abiding citizens. In this situation specifically, it seems like the law-abiding citizens are the one taking the blame for this terrible tragedy. We have Hollywood hysteria. A lot of celebrities, comedians, and movie stars coming out and saying that not only should assault rifles be banned, but also all semi-automatic weapons, and some are even saying we need to go ahead and repeal the Second Amendment. Now, in addition to the Hollywood hysteria of the left coast, on the East Coast in Washington, D.C., we have the political posturing of the Democrats and Republicans. The Republicans, of course, are scared that they may not get reelected into office, so they are starting to cave as far as gun control. And the Democrats, of course, have their pre-planned, pre-written talking points about banning guns whenever any kind of tragedy occurs, and so they're going full force as well. One opinion, however, that has not been given its due time in the public court is that of the law-abiding citizen. We've heard the Hollywood hysteria on the left coast. We've heard of the political posturing on the East Coast. Now it's time to listen to the people. And so this law-abiding citizen has a recommendation to make. Before I make the recommendation, though, I want to ask you, the viewer, what are the two biggest things in common that we see from the mass shooting events and from terror attacks using weapons, using guns? Number one, the victims are almost always defenseless and disarmed, whether they be in churches, in movie theaters, in schools, wherever. Usually the victims of these crimes and terror attacks are not able to carry a weapon. They're defenseless. They are unable to defend themselves. The shooters and terrorists who perform these vile acts know this. It's not an accident on their part. They purposely plan to go after people who are defenseless and disarmed. If you look at the Vegas terror attack, the shooter or shooters knew exactly what they were doing, firing on people, number one, who could not defend themselves due to distance, but also people who were likely going to be without a gun to defend themselves. So the common occurrence, the first one I see in all of these incidents, is the victims cannot defend themselves. The second commonality I see in these events is typically a rapid rate of fire coming from the perpetrator or terrorist. In the Las Vegas incident, it's been alleged the shooter was using bump fire or slide fire accessories on his rifles. And what these accessories do is essentially turn a semi-automatic weapon into something close to a fully automatic weapon. What I'd like to suggest is this. Let's do away with the Hollywood hysteria. Let's do away with the political posturing and come to a middle-of-the-road agreement that's going to benefit all Americans. I would be absolutely willing to discuss the banning of the bump fire or slide fire accessory in return for a National Concealed Carry Act. What this National Concealed Carry Act would consist of would essentially be reciprocity. In other words, all 50 states would have to recognize concealed carry license holders from all the other states. This program would be run and administered and safeguarded by the state governments of the United States. So in other words, there would be no federal database of license holders. It would just be a reciprocity, a reciprocal system all 50 states would have, allowing the citizenry to be able to defend themselves. Most importantly, allowing criminals in all 50 states, terrorists in all 50 states to understand that any place they go, any location they target, they could be facing armed citizens at any time. So what does this solution actually accomplish? Well, it accomplishes two things. Number one, it brings an end to the era of disarmed and defenseless America. Anytime a madman, a terrorist, a deranged individual, a shooter picks a location and thinks through the idea of perhaps attacking people, he or she has to face the reality, given this solution passes, that anyone in that crowd could start shooting back. That is a big deal. We bring an end to the era of disarmed and defenseless America. The second objective that this proposal accomplishes is meeting people in the middle. We used to do that in America. We used to be able to meet people in the middle and come up with solutions that benefited everybody. I don't mind letting go of slide fire or bump fire accessories in exchange for a national concealed carry law. I don't mind that one bit. If we had national concealed carry that is essentially a reciprocal system managed by the states, that would improve everyday Americans' lives. Be a nice way to actually meet in the middle again as Americans, something we haven't done in a long time. One thing is for sure, gun grabbing, repealing the Second Amendment, taking away people's rights, eliminating the ability to own a rifle like an AR-15 is not the solution. Creating a gun-free zone of the entire country is not a solution. You will only see more of these mass attacks if you move to take guns out of law-abiding citizens' hands. It's an emotional issue, I know. It's a difficult issue, I know. But we don't need to listen to Hollywood hysterics. We don't need to listen to the political posturing from DC. What we need is a good, healthy dose of common sense. This solution, in my opinion, achieves that goal. I'm Kevin Newsom. I'm coming to you from Houston, Texas. Hopefully you're having a good time wherever and whenever you're at. God bless you. I will talk to you later. Bye.